And we are live. What up, everybody watching now and on the repeat? Shout out Ed, my fellow trucker out there trucking along. Shout out brother Ed. Hope you are having a safe trip, Ed. I just had to buy two new tires. Speaking of that, of trucking, and man, two steers. Went to work. One of my tires was flizzat. So, anyways, shout out Ed. Shout out everybody watching now and on the repeat. We got an awesome show for y'all today. It's Nino Radio. It is Monday, August 5th, 7:31 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? Hope so. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, to what's it Monday? I gotta look again, right? I'm on a trucking schedule basically. I work a 5-2-5-3 schedule, so my days are sometimes mixed up, right? My Mondays ain't always my Mondays. My Saturday could be my Monday, and all kinds of weird buffoonery or I don't know how to say it, y'all. It could be kind of tricky whenever you work rotating schedule. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let me see over here, make sure everything's going good. We okay. So we live streaming, y'all. We got some awesome topics to touch on today. We will get to them momentarily. But again, like I said, today's my Monday. I'm going back to work again on the Tuesday, and I'm out here in West Texas. It is hot. The oil field is jumping, but at the same time, the way it is with the trucking industry, we're going to touch on that. I dropped the video on my Desert Power trucking channel. Check that out when you get a chance. And it speaks about them doing a protest against the pay rate of sand haulers in West Texas. Now, the sand haulers are one of the most dangerous trucks on the road in West Texas, to be honest. Anybody can haul sand. Anybody can haul dirt. No offense, but that's just how it is. And them guys are pretty damn dangerous, but they are asking for better pay and restroom breaks or, adequate restroom facilities or whatever, right? Because they got a porta potty, 40 guys waiting for hours on a location with a couple of porta potties. Only you can imagine what it looks like. Anyways, check out the reaction I did to this protest. It's on Desert Power Trucking. So now let's get into the show. Thanks again for watching, and here we go, y'all. So first of all, let's go to the Facebook. Still running Reefer Says Ed. That's what's up, brother Ed. Running that reefer. Hopefully you're making good money, brother, because it's tough right now for truckers. So let's continue. Y'all got any more of that Trump economy? I kid you not. I don't want to say too much of my business. My wife showed me, what up, brother Jesus? My wife showed me, or she told me today, excuse me, our house value. I need a strong drink before I talk about it. I don't even want to say how much it went down. But my house value from this year to last year, it dropped big time. I want to say almost 100 racks. I couldn't believe it, but hopefully everything goes well. And I don't know. My tire man just said earlier, hopefully we get Trump back in office. I don't even know if Trump will fix it. And to be honest, I don't even know if Trump will even get reelected, right? So anyways, the economy right now is bad. I would love to have Trump back in office. I wish he never was not in office. I told my wife today, I said, I kind of wish that Trump would be just a dictator, right? He would just be president forever. How you like them apples? But yeah, it's doing pretty bad right now, y'all. The economy's horrible. The stock market crashed like 1,000 points today. A good time to buy, I would imagine, but they're saying that another stock was skyrocketed. Basically, a military stock went up through the roof. I'm not a stock guy, so I'm not going to touch on that too much. But people are saying that we are on the verge of World War trace. So take it how you want. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that's a sentiment felt across all social media platforms today, with the stock market crashing and certain military stocks going through the roof again. If Trump gets back in there, will he be able to fix this? I don't know. I hope so, but who's to know at this point? Let's continue. So I'm on the Facebook page. Y'all check me out on Nino America Facebook page. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. I'm on everything. So we'll continue down the line, y'all. I just want to show you some more things real quick before we get to the actual show. Today was a big unveiling of Adin and Trump's stream. We're going to cover that in a minute. I got to watch it, y'all, and I kid you not, I'm going to speak about it in a minute when we play the clips. But man, I was really touched. I was actually touched by this stream because I got to see Trump in a whole nother light, right? He was sitting in the cyber truck that Adin Ross gifted him, and it was amazing, right? You could see a different side of Trump. I feel like Trump's like one of us, right? He's a regular dude, besides being rich, filthy rich, or whatever you want to call him, being a celebrity. He seems like a real easygoing guy as far as, speaking to him or having a conversation with the man. And Adin Ross had him on the live. They say it's one of the biggest live streams of them all. I saw it live. It was 550,000 on the Kick stream, and I streamed part of it on my YouTube channel, and it was amazing, y'all. So we'll cover that in a minute. We'll continue down the scroll with Nino here. This is crazy. I posted this, and of course, I had a bunch of haters, y'all. These three little girls were unalived. I forgot what city in Europe, but it's kicked off. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know who else is in here. Let's see here. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you get your news from Facebook, YouTube, well, YouTube's all right, I guess, but Facebook and Instagram, you get your news there, man. You need to go to Twitter. Anybody watching or listening, get you a Twitter account. That's where you see all the breaking news. I didn't even know about Europe. Europe is in an uproar. There's so much footage of Europeans going against the immigrants. I don't know how to say it without getting in trouble here. It's crazy what's happening in Europe, y'all. Europe is on fire right now, and it started off with these three little girls that were taken out. And I mean, it's been an accumulation of problems in Europe, and it's wild. Liberty Dragon showed me this, and man, I've been on TikTok. I've been on Twitter X and just seeing just the melees, the riots, the protesting. And to be honest, I don't want to play none of that over here because you know how they act on social media. Get you banned, get you demonetized, whatever. But it's crazy what's happening in Europe right now, y'all. If I get a chance, I highly recommend to check out some of the feeds and posts that are out there on Twitter of all places, y'all. Europe is on fire. Let's see what else I got here. Okay, we'll just continue to go down the line. All right, so there's that, y'all. Let's get to our first topic of the day. And let's hear the comments real quick. What's up, my brother? Ed says, yeah, brother, diesel went up a couple weeks ago around $4. I heard it went up like 50 cents in a matter of 24 hours. You know, diesel. It's hard, y'all, to be a trucker. Real quick, shout out all my truckers out there. I know a lot of guys listen to my shows, you know, on the road when they have time. It's bad, y'all. I don't know. To be honest, sometimes I think about, you know, being a company driver, you know, but the good thing I like about my trucking company is I operate the truck. I take care of it, you know, and it's under good, you know, under me. I know that I can, you know, I can do pretty good with the maintenance and the wear and tear for the most part. Because when you buy a truck or you have trucks and you let a company driver drive it, they really don't care. It's not their truck. So that's why I drive my own truck. I got two trucks actually right now. But the other one, I'm not putting a driver in it because these guys really don't care. So like I said, me running my own truck, I can keep my costs down for the most part. But the good thing about it is I make a little bit more money than a company driver, and I get to go home a little bit earlier, right? So I work a little bit less and make a little bit more. But that's about the only benefit really there is right now being an owner operator. A local one like me is, you know, a little bit more paid than regular, just a little bit more, and I get to go home a little bit earlier than the the company guys. That's about it, y'all. Right now, trucking is tough. I remember back in, you know, when Trump was in there, I would do what I'm doing now. I would do in 1 week. It's like half, right? Now I got to work about a week and a half to make what I used to make over there back when Trump was in office in a week. So about a week and a half of worth of work to make about what I used to make in a week. I'm not going to say it's exactly half cut off because I'll be lying. But I would say it's about an extra couple of days I got to work in order to make what I used to make in just 1 week. Sucks. Anyways, all right, so let's continue, y'all. We're going to go right here to the first topic of the day, which will be, if I can get over here. This is pretty interesting, y'all. I wanted to bring this up if it'll pull up. Boom. El Diablo. Is that his name? My bad, y'all. Yeah, that's his name. 70. America's most wanted men was found working as a cop. 20 years on the run, y'all. And I believe it was in Mexico. Let's check it out real quick. This is pretty crazy, y'all. If I can get to the actual clip.
As U.S. Marshals handed over El Diablo to the local authorities. That handoff happened at the airport police station right here at about 4:30 this after 2 decades of Riano always being one step ahead of law enforcement and then becoming one of them. Antonio El Diablo, the devil, in a 2004 mugshot. It was December 19th at the Roundhouse Bar in Hamilton when witnesses say Riano and another man, 25-year-old Benjamin Becerra, got into an argument. It moved outside, and a surveillance camera captured who police say was Riano reaching around another man and shooting Becerra in the face, killing him.
We had all the evidence that we needed gathered. He already had a direct indictment out against him. It was just a matter of waiting to find him from that time.
Mark Henson was a detective on the case in 2004. He nearly had him in Hamilton, and then with the help of the U.S. Marshals, followed him to New Jersey, where Riano had a sister, and then he heard Riano had skipped to Mexico, the state of Oaxaca, where he was from.
And not going to lie, at that time I was wondering if we'd ever see him again.
Cut forward 20 years when a former deputy who had worked the case in 2005 started a new job at the Butler County Prosecutor's Office.
In January of this year, we started actively looking for Mr. Riano again.
Wow.
Now investigator Paul Newton did a computer search, and there he was.
And as soon as I see him, I'm like, my God, there he is. A little bit grayer, a little bit older.
What does he mean by computer search? This dude found him on social media, typed in his name. What the hell? And also says he was on America's Most Wanted on one of the episodes. Ain't that a trip?
But it was him.
El Diablo was living in Oaxaca, Mexico, working as a cop at the Zapotlaton Palmas Police Department.
Speechless. And at first I was speechless. Then I think the second thing come to my mind is, I got you.
Capabilities have changed. Our abilities to track people have changed a lot over 20 years. And he applied those investigative resources that are available to him and was able to locate him.
The U.S. Marshal for the Southern District of Ohio took over from there.
If you dig hard enough, they found bin Laden. So if they can find bin Laden, I can find Antonio.
I'm telling you, y'all, nowadays it's a trip. I spoke to my tire man. I want to give him an interview one day. This guy has a hell of a story, but I was talking, not gonna lie, I'm an ex-street dude, but man, it's some thoughts, habits, and whatever are hard to shake. I'm not saying I'm a criminal, but it seems like when I'm around certain people, we start talking about the past, of interesting stories and tales. Excuse me. And the tire man was telling me a story about, when he got busted. One day, my bad, y'all. One day he's going to tell his story, and it's interesting to say the least. And I told him straight up earlier, I was outside, I was like, man, I wouldn't want to be a criminal nowadays. I wouldn't be pushing no product, illegal, nothing, because there's cameras everywhere. You can't trust nobody. And if you wanted to make some moves as, in the underworld, you have to be like tight-lipped, right? He said that his kids would see him and their friends would be in awe, right? And be, enamored with this man that, their friend's father was a criminal. And to a certain degree, that's how I looked up to my stepdad, right? And many kids look up to parents that are criminals or thugs or in some kind of criminal element. And like he said, that's something to be proud of. He got out of prison, changed his life. And now, we're here making money, transactions, selling tires and doing work out here in the oil field. But the point is, that's what happens, right? Kids look up to these criminal, people in their lives. And even I did it. But, thank God for those that do change. But again, like I said, my tire man, hopefully I'll get to interview him and he could tell his tale how it happened to him with this whole situation. But like I said, to be a criminal in 2024 with cameras and everything that's out there, I think it's be pretty tough and pretty stupid, to be honest. I'd rather be, living modestly and being able to sleep at night instead of, breaking the law. Let's continue.
In every crime, violent crime, there's a victim. And we want to bring closure to this case and give the family some peace, knowing that we did not stop and we kept looking for this violent fugitive, and we were able to catch him and bring him back.
As Riano was getting handed over to local authorities, I asked him a couple of questions in Spanish. Mataste a Benjamin Becerra. Did you kill Benjamin Becerra? He answered in Spanish, no, I did not. I then asked him in Spanish, why did you become a policeman? And he answered, again in Spanish, because I wanted to help the people of Mexico. Right now, Mr. Riano is just arriving in Hamilton, where he will face murder charges.
From breaking news to...
Wow. So the dude, there he is, 70 plus, he's locked up. Salute the officers that got him in Ohio. I mean, that's good. I'm glad they got him off the street. There is no, how do you say it? The statute of limitations for murder, I guess, of course, thank God they don't go up. So sooner or later, they came and knocked and they picked the guy up. This is El Diablo, 72-year-old Antonio Riano. And he was arrested Thursday, y'all. So shout out to police that did so. So let's continue. Boom. Shout out my boy Ed still in the chat. So we'll continue on, y'all. Like I said, the next topic at hand, which is very, very interesting, broke the internet, will be Adin Ross and the Trump stream. Now, I heard that this actual stream broke the internet. I don't know how true it is as far as it being the highest watched live stream of them all. But here's a little clip of Trump with Adin Ross. I saw part of this. I actually live streamed a segment of this on my channel, and it was great to see, y'all. I kid you not. Somebody even commented that this was a good look on Trump's part. I believe so. Kamala Harris has to pay rappers to go to her events. Trump went to a live stream. I'm pretty sure he wasn't paid nothing. And man, they had 500,000 people watching just on the Kick live stream by itself. Let's watch this.
I got some good ones.
I think so, right?
No, she does.
I'll bet she does. She's probably tougher than I am. Have a good time, everybody. See you tonight.
Yeah. So what's your good side? What do you like walking on? What side do you like walking on?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you look good from both sides. Yeah, it doesn't really matter at all. X, come on outside with the truck.
Come on.
Yeah.
This will be
By the way, do you like my buddy Felix's shirt?
I love that.
Felix, by the way, Mr. Trump.
That's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah, you got the grills on.
I like that. Hey, I know. That's what I noticed. I noticed the grill. Nice to see you. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right. Well, you can already see the gift.
Yeah, I can. Wow.
You can't miss it.
That's an Elon.
It is an Elon.
Wow.
Shout out to Mr.
And to be honest, I was like to my wife that he got the Cybertruck, but I said, I wonder if he even kept it. Like, what's Trump really going to do with the Cybertruck, right? Like, it's kind of weird. I wonder if he kept it. But supposedly, you know, Adin been saying that he was going to gift Trump this actual vehicle. I don't know if Trump's going to be driving around or how that's going to work, y'all, or if he's even going to take it. Who knows?
That's beautiful. Hey, that is beautiful.
Am I going to close the door really quick? Just I want to show him the wrap. Sure. Check out this wrap and let me know your honest thoughts.
I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible.
Real quick though, look at this dude right here, y'all, with the white shirt with the fake Trump. Oh man, I need to make this shirt. He got the fake Trump, you know, smile or whatever. Maybe it's a real picture, but he got the grill in there, y'all. This right here, if this don't scream, you know, Trump grabbing a hold of the culture in 2024, I don't know what else to tell you, y'all. That's crazy, y'all, that Trump acknowledged this shirt. This dude wore it, shook his hand, and then now Adin Ross is on a live stream with 500,000 people watching, and he gifts him this shirt, this Cybertruck with his face on the side of it. And look what Trump says, y'all. Trump's not dumb. He knows what's going on.
Go to the front.
So you know what they did? AI. What Google did is they took, or they let it happen. See the Secret Service agents here?
Yeah.
They're angry in there. They put smiles on their face.
Right.
You heard about that?
Yeah, no.
That's just terrible.
Yeah, I know. But that's how easy it is to manipulate.
He's right. And I got a violation. It's crazy that he talked about this, and I sent an email to the fact checkers, and they actually send me a message back that they're correcting it on Facebook's end. But there's an actual picture where they have the man and the woman, Secret Service agents, smiling, and it went viral, right? And then I posted this picture, and I got a fact check violation, you know, for posting it, and it was saying that it was the other picture, but it wasn't. It was a real picture. And I got a violation. A lot of us got a violation. And that's another issue that Facebook just had, where they're giving you a violation for sharing fake news, even though we shared this picture. But there's another picture floating around with the Secret Service smiling. So Facebook, of all people, and Instagram, you know, they kind of found it hard. They found it hard to tell the difference between both pictures because they're so close. I guess the way they're made up, I don't know how the data's stored or whatever with the picture, but one is them smiling and one's they're not smiling. But again, I got a Facebook fact check for having this picture, something similar, the real one, and then they got me for the one where they're smiling, saying it was that one, but it wasn't. It was very weird what happened, y'all, with Facebook about a week ago, but I think they finally corrected it. But man, that was kind of weird, y'all. And Trump talks about AI. He's been kind of talking about AI, how it's basically a necessary evil, but it's evil nonetheless. Let's continue.
It's a little bit scary.
Yeah, it is. It's very scary. We need like a system where we can quickly fact check things and see if it's real and authentic.
Yeah, and right now they don't have that.
No, they don't.
That's the problem.
So I know we're not going to drive anywhere, but I was wondering if you wanted to like listen to like a song in here.
Let's go.
All right, cool.
This is what's crazy, y'all. And I have it on my live stream, but this is where he gets in the car and they start thumbing through the Tesla truck, the Cybertruck, through the audio, the music. And man, this is like something right here that, you know, not to be corny or cringe, but it really hit when I watched Trump in there just talking to Adin Ross. Like you could see a side of Trump that you've never seen before. Yeah, in the interview, he spoke with Adin Ross, kind of more of a speech. I mean, he spoke to him, but he was giving his political talking points. Then Adin Ross reacts to some videos. I'll play that in a minute. But then when they go into the Tesla truck, y'all, the Cybertruck, you see a whole nother aspect of Trump that I've never seen before, to be honest, y'all. It's pretty crazy to see him in a truck with Adin Ross and they're thumbing, you know, going to the music playlist.
Open it up.
It is incredible.
Yeah, it is. I'll get on the other side.
Different kind of a guy.
Okay, Adin, so.
And then the screen kind of goes black here. But man, they did all this live streaming, and I'm telling you, this is they did a pretty good job. From when I was watching, like, man, I went out. But check it out. It's in it'll fix here in a minute. I'll kind of fast forward a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're live. Let's see.
That's good.
We'll know in a second if we're live right now.
Let me know if we got a live on the Q-check. We good? We back? We good? Oh, we're good.
Crazy.
All right. Now this is cool.
That's very good.
I've never even seen you in a car before.
Wow. Not too many. that's look at the playlist. Huh?
And I kid you not, y'all, and even me listening to it right now, I got it in my headphones. It sounds real good and loud and clear. And even when I did the live stream, I was in the little video below it, right, doing my live stream. And I told my wife, I said, I kind of feel like I was in there with them, even though I wasn't, because I can hear so good. I'm talking and they're talking. I just felt kind of, I don't know, I just felt like I was kind of in there with them. But I got to share this moment on the live stream, and that was pretty badass, y'all, to, see this. And I was reacting to it on the live earlier, and then I could hear them talking. And man, they did a good job. Adin Ross, I'm telling you, to the live stream, I'm in my own studio. I did all this myself. But for them to do this, mobile, the way they have it all set up, and it's all live streaming, I give them props for doing so. And then Trump I have it right here. Look, I have the same microphone set up that Trump has on his vest. Rode. He has basically the similar, maybe a different variation of the Rode, but he has a Rode microphone on his chest, y'all. And when I saw that, that's a wireless mic. I said, man, Rode, boy, hopefully they love it. But you know how they are, people nowadays. But they got a big brand recognition with Trump having that Rode mic on his chest. Let's continue.
This is your playlist.
It's a good, yeah.
Your team picked out.
Yeah.
You want to pick a song? Let's test out this sound system.
Let's try it. And some of the artists I like better than others, but I like the other song better. So it's only stuff.
Who's like your top 3 artists?
Well, we love Frank Sinatra, right?
Of course.
And there's a couple that I really like, but I don't like the people, so I don't want to really mention their name. But look at this list, for example. So it's such a great list. Aren't the Beatles always good?
Come on, they're the best.
Rolling Stones are always good.
Choose one. Let's
choose
what you like to choose. You swipe like this.
Oh yeah. That's fantastic, huh? How about, and we like the Beach Boys. We always like the Beach Boys.
We do like the Beach Boys.
Who doesn't like the Beach Boys? How about if we did the following? How about thinking that it's going to come back under proper management? How about California?
And I'll just mute it there, y'all. I ain't trying to get violations, but man, I have it on my other live stream. You can check it out if you get a chance. The kick stream. He plays California Dreaming. He plays, I want to say the Beach Boys. He plays Frank Sinatra, I believe, YMCA, and they play Thriller. And man, it's awesome. They're just in there kicking back. And like I said, this was a monumental live stream. It kind of messes up here and there, but for the most part, it was pretty crazy to see this live, and it's badass and it's awesome. You hear the California Dreaming. Like I said, I would play it right now, but I ain't trying to mess with YouTube harassing me over here. But they kick back in the Tesla listening to music. And like I said, y'all, when I saw this, you can look at Trump right now. He seems like a cool dude. Even he starts talking about Elvis, how Elvis made songs about being heartbroken or something to that effect. And it was a pretty good stream right here with Adin Ross. This guy, the whole time I seen it, I could tell that Adin Ross was starstruck. He was just there listening to Trump when they were sitting side by side inside of the here. And you can just see Adin Ross, he really didn't say too much, right? I'm going to play in a minute the reactions, and he was more in his element. But I could tell right here, Adin Ross was just real quiet, and Trump was just speaking. And I'll let it play a little bit here what he was saying.
They're selfish in that respect. They'd prefer not being mugged, right? But they don't want other people to be mugged, beaten up, shot, and killed. In Chicago, on July 4th weekend, they had 117 people shot.
That's right.
You live there.
See, so Trump's just, doing his, regular spiel. But, man, he's talking about Chicago right now, man. It's crazy in Chicago. Places like that in America. It's sad. But he's just talking, and Adin Ross is just in there, just listening. And I believe he was starstruck for the most part. I mean, let's be honest. Who wouldn't be starstruck? It's Trump, And I don't sit here and just worship Trump like, people try to say that we do. I like Trump. Most of my platform was built off of the MAGA movement, I should say. And I like the guy, and I support Trump. And you could just tell that Adin Ross was there, just more quiet than usual, listening to Trump speak. So that was Adin Ross, y'all, on the Trump on the Adin Ross live stream. It was on Kick. If you don't know what Kick is Adin Ross's live stream channel. I also stream over there also, but I'm just streaming today only on YouTube. But this right here was monumental to say the least, and it was pretty awesome to see. And then we'll get back over here. And there's Brother Ed says, I do believe Trump is real. People being in construction most of my life, I have met dozens of him. That's right. Though not quite as successful, but men of the same mind. That's what I'm saying. You know, I feel like Trump, he's one of the guys, right? He'll shoot like the rest of us, right? So that's why I like this live stream, and I thought it was a very good look, to say the least. So what I want to go to next is the actual, if I can get to it, the reactions. He actually did some reactions, y'all. My bad for not. I had it on here already. Hold on, real quick. Let me find it. I already had it ready, but I guess I messed up the timestamp I had. So here goes Trump, and this is whenever he does the actual reactions. This is pretty cool. So right here, Trump is with Adin Ross, and they actually start reacting to certain celebrities. Check it out.
Some clips I wanted to react to.
Okay.
So this is the fun stuff I wanted to get into. Let's get into the reactions right here. This is so cool. I'm actually reacting with you. All right.
You know, I put you on Truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Truth is my voice, you know.
Yeah.
And it's doing great.
Yeah.
Everybody should go on Truth.
Yeah.
But I will say that I put you on that we're doing the show together, and the response was very cool.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so shout out to Nelk, but they kind of gave me this idea. I have 2 segments I want to do with you.
Okay.
The first one is use one word that comes to mind to describe that person. Okay? It's a fun game.
Fun.
Let's start. All right, who is the first picture? And we got the Nelk boys. One word.
Great.
I love that. Okay,
Really
great.
good.
Okay.
So you're friends with them?
Yeah.
Are they competitors of yours, though?
Not even, honestly. You know, every time that you know, I speak to Kyle or Steve, it's just only
they're
love.
all great.
They're really, really
No,
good.
they're
Jim.
just great.
Yeah.
But in a way, you would be competitors, but you don't even.
They're more bigger on the YouTube side of things. I'm more
Right.
live, so it's a lot.
see.
It's a
I
different
see.
world,
So it's different,
but
yeah.
it's kind of like parallel.
Look at them. I mean, they're just great people. That was Dana White. He said, you got to do them. I said, who are they? I didn't know. And after I did them, it was like an explosion.
All right, let's see what we got next here. We got me.
Yeah. Well, I can just tell you that one word would be outstanding. My sons told me about you, and you know, they told me about how big Dad. You know, my Baron.
Yeah.
He said, Dad, he's really big. I said,
Whoa.
Yeah, but what about else? He said, he's also a friend of mine, right?
Yeah.
But big stuff, Adin. So I just have to say outstanding to do what you've done at a young age. And I know how old you are. You're young. You're seriously young. My suit is older than you are.
How old's your suit?
I don't know. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. President. All right, let's see who we got next. We got you.
Patriot.
Patriot.
I'm a patriot.
Joe Rogan.
Interesting. He really is. He's an amazing guy. He's a very interesting guy.
See who we got next. Mr. White.
Oh, well, he's a fighter. I'll tell you, that guy, he fights. You wouldn't want to have him against you. A little bit true with all of these people that you're showing. There's a good one. Elon, a genius, truly a genius. You know, I see the rockets come down with the engines, and they're coming down, and the engines are landing without any, they have no wings, no nothing. That was a couple of years ago. I said,
Right.
what is that? And I said, what was that all about? He says, well, we want to be able to save the engines, not that they go into the ocean and all. But he really is. He's a genius. He's also a very good person, Elon.
Let's see what we got next.
Uh-oh.
We got Kanye.
So he's very complicated. Let's say complicated. Because he's a really nice guy, but he can get himself into trouble, and he can get some other people. But you know, he's got a good heart. He does. But he's complicated. Kanye. Fake, but in all fairness, look. But she knows it. She's got a thing going. It's a good thing. She's a good thing for her. But there's a certain something she's got. She's got a spark that's pretty amazing, actually. She's got a good spark. So I'll change it. I'll say spark. She does.
I would agree with Trump. And I had watched a documentary about AOC a while back, and people were like, Nina, why are you watching Netflix? Why are you watching her? Because I can, first of all. But second of all, I want to see what these people are doing. This woman, you might think she's dumb, but Trump is right about her. She has a spark. She has something, right? She has a following, and she won in her district. Now, how that worked, I don't know. But she ran in her district, and she won, living in a little apartment in the New York area with her little, soy boy boyfriend, right? But she won. She won that spot, and she's out there doing her thug thizzle, y'all. I do tip my hat to AOC, and I've said it before, and people got mad at me. Hey, I can respect my enemies. I'm not even saying this is my enemy, to be honest. Probably an enemy of America, but this woman is with the business. I mean, like Trump said, she has a spark. She has something about her, and she's doing things. So, and I've seen some things that she said, calling out the Democrats to a certain degree. I think she was calling out how, Kamala really shouldn't even be there, right? Nobody voted for Kamala, y'all. In the primary, she dropped out. She's like interjected, right? Talk about a insurrection. They placed Kamala in there, and no Democrat. If I was a Democrat, I'd be pissed off because that wasn't the person I voted for, right? They voted for Joe Biden. Now Kamala's going to be supposedly the next president if they have it their way. And I think AOC was calling them out on that. So there's some things that I've seen AOC call out, these politicians on. But Trump is right. I like how he, gave her props and tipped his MAGA hat basically to her too, saying that she has a spark, which she does. And I knew this a long time ago. And I said, man, be careful with these Democrats, y'all. They might be everything in the book, but they are not dumb. They are cunning like the devil. They know how to maneuver. They know how to get their people on the ground level to go, make their moves for them. These Democrats are not dumb. And AOC, if you get a chance to look at that documentary she made, I'm telling you, it was a pretty good show I saw on Netflix, and it really made me respect her as far as, how she maneuvered her way to the top or to the middle. Again, I'm not saying sit there and say I'm a fan of hers, but I'll be dumb or ignorant to not acknowledge this woman and her moves she's made in her political career. Even Trump actually did it too. So it's pretty crazy. Let's continue.
She gets on. When she was running against a gentleman from Queens, and I asked his people, I said, are you careful? This guy was going to be Speaker of the House. It was going to be him, not Nancy Pelosi. And Joe, he is a good politician, a real pro, been around for a long time, many years in Congress. And I watched her on television one time. I saw a clip of her speaking, ranting, raving, going crazy. And I said, who's she running against? She's running against Joe. I said, oh, does he know what's going on? Oh, he's got no problem, sir. He's got no problem. I said, is he doing any debates? No, he doesn't have to bother with the debates. He's been there for years. I said, tell him I said that he should be careful. Because I saw her. And I said, she's Evita. I called her Evita. Maybe that's the best. Evita Peron, right? I said, she's Evita. She's in the streets screaming, shouting, going crazy, hugging people, Everybody's being hugged. I said, he better be careful. And she took him out. So, I give her credit. But she's got a lot of sizzle. Well, there's a powerful man. He's a powerful man. I know him very well. I know him probably better than anybody in this country knows him, and got to know him extremely well. We had a
good word, Trump. Powerful. What does China's role have to do? What is China's role in the end times, right? First of all, but what is China's role in American history as far as not, in the past, but the future? It's a very daunting situation with China, y'all. How much land they own here. My brother Ed knows. A lot of us know this. They own land. They own businesses. China is someone that we should not take lightly, in my opinion. Trump's right. Powerful.
A great relationship until COVID. COVID was a step too far. But we did very well with China. And President Xi, we did very, very well with China. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars. No president took in 10 cents. I took in. And I exposed China. Look, I want China to do great. Okay, but they can't take advantage of us like they were doing for years and years. We'd lose $500 billion a year in trade, all of that. But then COVID came in, and it really, I changed, but I will have a very good relationship with him. There's no going to war with him. He doesn't want to go to war. We're not going to go to war. And we had a very good relationship, actually. He was right in this room. He came to this country, and he stayed here for a number of days, as you remember. And we had incredible meetings, a very famous meeting in the dining room, actually. But he loves his country, and he's very strong and very powerful and very interesting. But he really does love his country, I can tell you that.
Let's see who we got next on this list.
Yeah. Gavin Newscomb. You spelled it? No, you spelled his last name.
He literally ruined California. Beautiful state. California is beautiful. He ruined it.
And when you watch him, he's always saying, "Oh, we're doing so great."
Right,
We're not
right.
doing great. I mean, I have holdings in California, and I own a golf course right on the ocean, right on the Pacific Ocean in Palos Verdes. So beautiful. It's a club. It's big, many acres, hundreds of acres, and it's fantastic. But California is so precious. One of the most beautiful places in the world in terms of weather,
For sure.
in terms of everything.
I've heard that. I always wonder, why do people stay in Cali? And they always say it's like the weather. It's like the perfect temperature all around the year. Or I don't know how true that is, but that's what people tell me. I'm from West Texas. It's hot as hell, daytime and nighttime, whatever. And then it's crazy when it gets cold and it's windy. I digress. California has some of the best weather I've heard of any other, state. And they say that's what you move there for. You move there for the weather. You're paying the taxes, but you move there for living there and the awesome weather that they have there.
And they're just destroying it with crime. The crime is out of control. It's a very dangerous place. And he, I think it's a shame because I like him. I got along with him great. I helped him a lot with his fires. I kept saying, why don't you do something about the forest fires?
Yeah.
There's no reason to have that. There's no management. They have no management control over the forests. I said, you have to do things. But I got along with him great, but he has not done the job.
No.
He has not done the job. Sad.
Got a few more. Let's see what we got next.
Yeah. He's turned very liberal, actually. They say he's the son of Fidel Castro. And could be. I mean, anything's possible in this
Wow. Interesting you said that. I would say this guy right here, lame, loser.
world, You're going to learn as you get older. You've seen a lot already for your age. Per age, I would say. Per year spent, you've seen as much as anybody. But Justin Trudeau is, I got along with him very well, actually. But he seems to be going very progressive, and the people of Canada are not liking it. I mean, if they had a good conservative person, which maybe they do, maybe they don't, I don't know. But somebody that's a strong conservative would win in Canada. Canada is very unhappy about the way they've been treated as people.
My buddies tell me, right, that work these gas plants, they all come from Canada, most of them. And they said that over there, they passed a law where if you pass your house on, I forgot the exact law it is, but it deals with your house and your taxes. You really can't leave your kids your house over there. Or they make it very hard to do so. Capital gains tax, that's what they're talking about. I forgot exactly what they're telling me about, but they left Canada for a good reason. They say that it's crazy with the capital gains tax, and then to leave your kids any property or any of your assets or your house, it's like a no-win situation for the average everyday Canadian in Canada. Everybody, it's pretty crazy what they say, and they can't stand this dude. And these are hardworking gas plant workers that live in the United States now.
But I got along with him well. Now this man, I really got along with well. We had Little Rocket Man. We had the red button. He said, I have a red button on my desk. And I said, no, I have a red button too. And mine's bigger than yours and mine work. And it was a really bad month and a half. He was very, very tough on President Obama, very tough on everybody. It's the hermit nation, and it really is. I mean, I said to him, do you know Elton John? No. I said, did you ever hear the song Rocket Man? And I actually played him the song Rocket Man. He said, no, I've never heard it. I said, you're Rocket Man. He said, no, you call me Little Rocket Man, not Rocket Man. But I tell you what, so we had a very nasty 2 months. People were actually worried about it because it could have been dangerous. But President Obama told me that this was the single biggest threat to the United States, was Kim Jong-un of North Korea. And one day I got a call from people that wanted to see me about him, and he wanted to meet. He did not want to meet with Obama, did not want to meet with anybody. Got tremendous nuclear capability. He does. And we've checked that closely, and he does. I got to know him very well, and I got along with him great. He's very smart. He's very strong. He's the absolute leader. You know, a lot of people say, oh, maybe he's not the leader. He's the absolute. When he's around, his people are standing up at attention. I've never seen. We were at a luncheon. They had 20 people on his side and 20 people on mine, you know, looking at each other.
Right.
In Singapore, we had a meeting in Singapore. It was the biggest press conference I've ever had. There were thousands of paparazzi. I've never seen anything like it. I think people said they've never seen anything like it. I was walking in, he was walking in. We met in the middle, remember? And
yeah, of course.
The place just went crazy. But we got along very well. He's very, very smart. And, you know, he's a real power. He's a real power. I think he's upset that I'm not there. Nothing would have happened with him. We would have gotten along with him fine. I was trying to get him to do, you know, his country is, you talk about location. I'm a real estate guy. He's right between, think of this, Russia, China, one side, and South Korea on the other. I said, you have a great piece of real estate. You could make so much. You could have gorgeous things. I said to him, think about gorgeous condos going up on your shore. He's got a lot of ocean. He's got ocean frontage on both sides, right? But I got along with him great. We would have had no problem with him. Now he's getting very angry with us, and he's getting very angry with, I understand he doesn't like her. He doesn't know her, but he forms opinions.
I'm going to say real quick about Little Rocket Man here. I seen a picture, and I seen video of him. You know, I guess they're flooding over there in his area, North Korea, and this guy is on a boat with his people, and he's out there looking. He's with the rescue attempts, y'all. He's in a whole suit, and they say, man, no other, you know, world leader would be like this. This guy's riding around in a raft, y'all, with a couple of the men, you know, and they're doing like a rescue attempt. So this dude right here, you say what you want about him, but I think this guy probably he's put the business. You know, I seen some posts about this guy as of late, and this dude's out there. I don't know if he's trying to find people, trying to help people, but he's riding around in a boat, you know, in the actual flooding in his own territory. And they said that this guy's not playing games, y'all. So this dude right here is something else.
He doesn't like her. And he thought that Biden was a stupid man, a very stupid man. He would say that, but I say the same thing, so at least we agree on something. But Biden they really have hurt our country. These people have hurt our country. Kim Jong-un was great for as long as he was there. As long as I was there was going to be no problem. That I can tell you. We met in Singapore. I got to know him so well. And, you know, I always say that we have enemies from within and we have enemies on the outside. So he would be considered, I guess, an enemy. I think he would be absolutely fine. China, the same thing. I always say if you have a smart president, you don't have a problem with the outside. But you still will have a problem with the inside because these people are sick. They're sick. And the people from the inside, I mean, they're willing to take down our country. It's incredible. When I look at guys like Adam Shifty Schiff, he's such a bad guy, such a liar.
He's right, though. Our real enemies, I ain't worried about this dude, really. I'm worried about the enemies that are within, y'all. That's the ones that can really help crumble your empire.
With the Russia hoax. It was a total hoax. It went on for 2.5 years, and total exoneration, nothing to do with Russia. The opposite. I was the worst thing that ever happened to Russia because I stopped the pipeline, the Russia pipeline. It's called Nord Stream 2. Nobody ever heard of Nord Stream 2. But, you know, it was just 2 years of this stuff, and actually putting our country in danger because you put your country in danger with another country. They made up a hoax. It was made up by Hillary and Adam Shifty Schiff and some of these people about Russia, and they did it actually as an excuse for her to lose the election.
Wow.
So, and I'll go in and end it right there, y'all. Trump's already he's getting too deep. I ain't trying to get in trouble with these platforms, but there he is reacting to these people, y'all. It was an awesome stream, like I said, and we'll continue on with the show. Shout out everybody watching now and on the repeat. Let's go. All right, so the next topic I have at hand, I got some more stuff, y'all, is going to be Oh, the trucking. I'll go ahead and play this, y'all, because I've been dealing with the trucking as of late, and I want to deal with this. Let's get to it momentarily. Boom. The trucking industry. Check it out, y'all.
We're officially in the worst trucking recession in US history, and no one is talking about it. In just 2 years, load rates dropped from $3 per mile to less than $2 per mile. And the worst part is, the cost to run a trucking company is now $2.25 per mile. So, what went wrong? In this video, I'm going to explain how this happened, what's causing this problem, and how you can make money in the trucking recession. So in order to understand how this all started, we have to go all the way back to March of 2020 when the lockdown started. During this time when people were struggling, the trucking industry was actually booming. Since everyone was forced to work remote and social distance, people couldn't spend any of their money on services like restaurants, concerts, vacations, etc. All they could really do is sit at home and buy physical products, things that need to be shipped by trucking companies. And this is where the problem started. Manufacturers started to realize what was going on. Everyone's stuck at home and they keep buying stuff. So what do? They bought more raw materials and made more products, which of course meant more loads for trucking companies. All of a sudden, within just a few months, the spot market was filled with loads that needed to be delivered and not enough trucks to deliver them. It got so crazy at one point that in Dallas, Texas, the outbound volume, or the number of loads that needed to be shipped, increased by almost 100%. There was literally double the loads than there were before. All I'm saying is, if you had a trucking company during this time, you had brokers begging you to deliver loads for $4 per mile when they used to pay you $2.50 per mile for the exact same lane. And like all good things, when people heard about how much money you could make in trucking, this is when the recession started. Here's a graph that shows how many new trucking authorities are made every single year. And as you can see, from 2011 to 2019, you'll have a few hundred people that start a trucking company and shut down their trucking company. This is pretty normal. This is what it's supposed to look like. Now, look at what happens from 2020 to 2022. Within just 2 years, over 100,000 new trucking companies were made, and they completely flooded the market. As more and more people started to join the industry, semi-truck prices also started to skyrocket. It got so bad that at one point, 5-year-old used trucks that usually sell for $40,000 were selling for $120,000.
And real quick, I bought my truck when I first got into the game myself, but I was hauling oil, right? I don't do this over the road stuff. Shout out Ed, he's listening right now. God bless you, brother. He's hauling reefer. He's hauling, like I said, over the road. Probably produce, something that needs to be kept at a certain temperature. But I hauled locally, and my truck was a Cascadia. I paid $54,000 for a 2014 Cascadia. I believe it was about almost 2018, 2019 when I started my business. So that was pretty high. Excuse me, back then it was pretty high, but that was about what it was. Years, like he said, when they start, all these companies started coming out and all these loads hit the load board, and they needed more trucks than they had, right? Like he said, these trucks were going for like $150,000. Probably the same truck I had probably was worth, $70,000 to $80,000. That was a 2014, right? So he's right. And I noticed back then the prices of the newer trucks around that time when it was 2020, they were going for like $150,000, $170,000. I'm like, that's more than a freaking house, right? And I saw that, and I knew that was wrong. Like, I ended up buying older trucks. In my older truck, I'm buying those $20,000 cash. And it's crazy because now a 2014, 2015 Cascadia that I bought in 2020 that was worth $53,000 to $60,000. Now those are going for about $15,000 to $13,000, maybe $18,000 for a 2014 to 2017, I've seen 2018s go for $13,000, $14,000. Nobody wants those newer trucks. Now, my trucks that I buy, the older ones, the 07 Freightliner with the 60 series motor, Ed knows, shoot, those are going for $20,000. That's Mando. And that price has been like that back then, even till now. Now you might get a little bit better deal on them, but the older trucks actually retain their value more in this time period than the newer trucks. Why? Because the newer trucks, we all know, well, that are in the trucking industry, they have these emissions put on by Obama and them. They have these regulations with the EPA. They basically put a filter on your truck, on your motor, where it stops smog from going in or out your motor. I forgot how it works, right? Less smog, basically. And that DEF system, that DPF system, should I say, with DEF, that basically turns your motor into mush, man. I mean, it just messes up your motor over time. Those trucks, 20 2000 and I would say 12 and up is what has these DPF system, diesel particulate filters. So those trucks, they're basically worthless. Nobody wants those trucks. I don't want them. I'm not going to run them. I buy older trucks, and like I said, right now, my truck, they're worth $20,000. What I bought it for a couple years ago, and I've noticed the older trucks are keep the same value. They probably dropped a little bit with the value. You can get a better deal now because people are getting out of the game. They're getting out of trucking. But for the most part, an older truck like I bought years back till now, 18 to 22,000 all day, you could buy an older truck, which in my opinion is a better deal. These newer trucks, like he's talking about, they were 150 at one time, 170. Now I see these trucks go for 14 to 18,000. I see it all the time, y'all. Again, I don't want that crap though. I don't want more computers and I don't want more filters on my motor. I'm in the West Texas oil field, baby. Give me the ugliest truck you got with the most powerful motor and transmission out there that's a workhorse. My Freightliner 07 Columbia, that bad boy, little to no computers. It has, enough to get by, but I turn that bad boy on every day and I go make money. The worst thing I have is, maybe transmission issue I had last month, but like today, tires, right? But that's just normal trucking. I don't have any crazy computer issues, and I don't have any regen or DPF systems or DEF. I don't have none of that crap on my motor, and I like it like that. I want an older truck with the older motor because they're just more dependable in my opinion. But let's continue with this video, y'all. My bad.
And the craziest part is, truckers were actually paying for them. This one mistake is the reason that so many trucking companies are going bankrupt now. As soon as the lockdown ended, people started buying less stuff and companies started making less stuff. This graph shows us how bad this problem was for truckers because you can clearly see where the outbound volume or the number of loads available drops below the carrier capacity or the number of trucking companies that can move that load. Obviously, when there's more supply than there is demand, load rates were going to plummet. And that's exactly what happened. Rates went from $3 per mile on average to less than $2 per mile. And here's the thing. That's not even the worst part. The trucking companies or the new trucking companies that bought those $120,000 used trucks still had to make payments on those trucks. And not only that,
I'm gonna shout out HCB. I know HCB loves his progressive-ism, whatever you want to call it. He says analog engines are a thing of the past now. Most mechanics can't work on those by the lack of science knowledge. That's incorrect, HCB. Most mechanics really can't work on the newer engines. I would say maybe, 10, 20 years, it'll be harder. Well, I don't even know, to be honest, because most mechanics I know, they can work on a 60 series motor, N14, the mechanical motors, old school cats easily. Mechanics are barely right now catching up to working on these newer motors. To be honest, the new Cascadia motors, the new Detroit motors that come in the newer Cascadias, Ed said he's driving one right now. Mechanics are barely starting even to like working on them. They don't like working on the motors. They got too many sensors. They're too complicated. You need certain kind of software. And then the motors are so compact that they can't even get to parts in there. The mechanics I know in West Texas, they hate working on the newer motors, especially the DD15 motor from the new Detroit from Freightliner, or Detroit, should I say. They hate working on them because they're complicated. Most mechanics that I know in my area, they love working on these older motors. So to be honest, I don't think in 10, 20 years, I'm pretty sure these older motors are going to keep on rocking and rolling because my truck just turns on and runs. But if you think about it, a more simple motor it doesn't need more, complicated machinery or equipment or tools. I mean, my cousin does most of my work, and he's just a regular, mechanic, shade tree mechanic, and he does my oil changes. He does he does a lot of work on my 60 series motor because it's so simple. So I don't think that's true, HCB. The further we get along down the line, people are gonna, I guess, further with technology. But like I said, most mechanics here, they're barely even catching up to these newer motors. They all like to work on older motors, more simple, less of a headache, and more space to work around and grab parts in the motor. And to be honest, when I look at my motor, it's very simple. It's a motor, little filter here and there, the radiator, the coolant reservoir. It's a very simple setup. These newer motors are not like that.
This is during a time when diesel prices hit a new record high. You would think that these trucking companies would just sell their trucks now, and leave the industry, but they don't even have that option anymore. The used trucks that they bought for $120,000 are now worth about $20,000. So even if they sold their trucks at a loss, the banks will still come after them for the rest of their money. And if they don't pay up, you could end up losing your house, your cars, your savings, everything that you own. Now, this brings me to where we are today. The only reason this trucking recession is still going on is because we still have this excess carrier capacity that we need to get rid of. This number is dropping very, very quickly. As you can see, there's
too many trucks. So to be honest, I hate to say it like this, but it's true. The more trucks go out of business, the more companies go belly up, the better. People like me, I got an older truck. My truck, I have no debt. My truck and trailer are both paid for. My crew trailer, my truck's paid off. I got a couple of them paid cash, and I could survive this downturn. Can a company with a big old payment for $120,000 piece of equipment, can they keep making those payments on this equipment whenever they bought it under this, when it was booming, and now the rates, like he said, they dropped more than half probably? Think about that. And like I said, that's when this thing's going to correct itself. Less guys get out of here. The more guys get out of here, the better for us. But I'm going to be honest. I don't know if he touches on this, but there's a lot of people out of the United States licenses. I think that's wrong. A lot of companies hire guys from Mexico and other countries to come work here, primarily from Mexico. That messes up our rates. People come from all kinds of countries, and they come drive, and more drivers on the road means the rates, they don't ever go up because we got too many trucks and we got too many drivers. Let's continue.
Been thousands of trucking companies shutting down every single month since the end of 2022. But there's still a long way to go. Now, no one really knows when this trucking recession is going to end. But what I do know is that this is the best time in history to start getting direct shipper contracts. After the lockdown ended, a lot of big carriers panicked and signed contracts with shippers for really low rates. For the past few years, these contract rates have been a little higher than the spot market rate.
Okay, so he's going to go into this other maneuver. I think he's trying to sell a course or something, but I like how he broke down. He has a pretty good channel, y'all. I forgot what the name is. I'll put in on this video or when I drop the other one by itself. But this guy just basically talked about the recession, how it happened, right? Basically, during the Rona season, a bunch of products needed to be shipped. They didn't have enough trucks. People went to business, bought a lot of trucks at a high rate for the truck, to get them financed or to buy them. And now, you can watch TikToks of people basically cussing out the brokers that are the middleman with these loads, because these loads are not paying nothing. Ed, I would love Ed to call in one day and interview Ed and ask him how it goes on the road. But I already know. I follow the pages, the channels. I'm involved in the trucking industry. I know exactly how it is. And right now in America, the trucking industry has gone to crap. I've even considered being a company driver, to be honest, y'all. If it wasn't for my equipment being paid off, I probably would have done so. But I do like that I have my own equipment. I paid for it cash. I don't have any debt, and I get to make decent money. Not the best, but it's good enough, and I can come home early. I don't got to work a full 15 hours every day. I can work, 10, 8, if I get lucky, and still make decent money compared to a company driver. But there it is, y'all. The trucking industry is headed down the drain. Now, let me get to my boy ACB. He says, I disagree, because today's cars, the computer tells you what's wrong. In contrast, back then, people had to start from the beginning. Look, let's be honest. If you have a newer car, right? You're talking about newer cars. I'm talking about trucking. It's a different animal, same family, but different animal. But I'm going to say this. You said earlier, what did you say, ACB? I want to address your point you made here. If that were true, mechanics should be able to fix old trucks from the 40s. You don't even need to be a mechanic to do so. My cousin, he's like a mechanic, but he didn't go to school, and he fixes all kinds of old cars. Really, to be honest, you could probably be somebody with no mechanical knowledge whatsoever, go to YouTube and fix a car from the 40s. Probably easily, the way it is now. Try to do that with the 2020, right? Try to do that with the newer car, a 2024, right? What year are we in, right? Do it with the car of this day and age. I'm pretty sure you ain't gonna get that far. It's not. That's how I look at it, right? Again, we can have our disagreements, but I'm gonna say this: dealing with older cars, older motors, anything older is better, in my opinion. Look, some people are for progressivism, whatever, from their ideologies to their way of life, their morals. I'm traditional. I'm conservative in nature and values, and even with the equipment, y'all. I don't buy no new trucks. What I learned out there being on the road is it's all the same windshield. When I really thought about it, I was in a 2014 a couple years back, and now I'm in a 2007. Yeah, it's probably a little more beat up than the other one, but it's the same windshield. That's all that matters to me at the end of the day. Yeah, the cost of parts and all that, it's even lower on an older vehicle, even easier to find the parts on an older vehicle, but I'm looking through the same windshield, right? All I'm doing all day is looking out through that window. So to me, it really ain't no much difference. As long as my AC runs cold, I'm happy. But let's continue, y'all. See if anybody has any more comments. Ed says, HCB, yes, diesel engine technology has hardly changed in 80 years into the last 10 or so. So let's continue, y'all. I got a couple more things to do to go off on here. Man, I got a lot. I still got a lot left, y'all. But we'll continue on. Let's go here. Okay, my bad. Boom. Plies is crying once again. I can't stand this dude. This dude has blown up, from being a rapper to now this dude, he's weird. I think he's a weirdo. This guy will do these rants with this effeminate type voice. He sounds very, very effeminate when he does these videos. But right here, he's talking crap about Trump. Let's check it out.
Donald J. Trump. You don't get to call no motherfucking shots about no presidential debate. You the motherfucking loser. Losers don't motherfucking call shots. You do what the fuck we tell you to motherfucking do. And sit your motherfucking ass down and don't you motherfucking speak unless spoken to. Don't call no motherfucking shots. It's whatever Kamala want the motherfucking have. Her way or no motherfucking way. Sick of your motherfucking shit. You sit your motherfucking ass and stay in a motherfucking loser's place. You lost the last motherfucking presidential election. Don't got no motherfucking juice around here. Sit your motherfucking ass down and don't you motherfucking speak unless spoken to. Think you motherfucking call some shots. It's a new motherfucking sheriff in town and it ain't you. Wherever Kamala motherfucking Harris wanted to motherfucking go down, that's where it's gonna motherfucking go down. And you sit your motherfucking ass down and you wait on her to tell you what the fuck to do. Don't motherfucking run nothing around here, man. Losers don't run shit. The winners do. And the last I motherfucking checked, the Democrats is occupying the motherfucking White House. You do what they tell you to motherfucking do. Not what you want to motherfucking do, sir. And if I have to get on here motherfucking again and tell you a motherfucking again, I motherfucking know something.
Can't stand this dude.
Don't call no motherfucking shots. You do what the motherfucking winner say do. Do you hear me?
I got a clip.
I motherfucking thought so.
Okay,
Donald J. Trump.
And I got the clip proving that Kamala, she ducked out of the Chicago, situation when Trump went. But check this out. I'm gonna show you what it sounds like, y'all.
Plies, what you think he mean when he say black jobs? You know exactly what he motherfucking mean. When you say the motherfucking immigrants coming over here taking the black jobs, the black jobs. You know exactly what he mean. He mean all the bullshit jobs. That's what he called black jobs. All the bullshit ass jobs. He ain't saying the goddamn immigrants taking the white folk jobs.
He ain't the way he does his voice, man. This dude's a lameoid.
He's saying the immigrants taking all the motherfucking black jobs. They taking y'all shit. All the bullshit, bottom of the totem pole, bottom of the barrel jobs. That's exactly what he mean when he said they taking all the black jobs. He's saying all the bullshit ass, low level jobs.
I don't want to hear this dude, but there's other videos when he's like yelling. He sounds like a woman. I know Kim Rangel knows who this guy is. We've seen him before, and he just very effeminate in his the way he speaks, y'all. But let's check this out. Let's go to the actual clip. Here's Trump speaking.
A step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense, and then you said you can't do it with Zoom. Well, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late. Just so we understand, I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something was wrong.
Mr. President, I would love if you can answer the question on your rhetoric and why you believe that black voters should trust you with another 4 years.
I have been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President Johnson, who signed the Voting Rights Act.
And for you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
So that's just addressing, Plies and his bull crap, crying and complaining and whining. TDS sufferer for real, though. Trump was here to handle business. Kamala wasn't. So you decide, y'all. Who would you want to listen to? Who are you going to vote for? It's all on you. All right, so that's 6. Let's go to, boom. Let's go to the comments, y'all. HCB says all politics is controlled opposition. So what are you going to do, HCB? You're just not going to vote at all? Not me. I'm going to exercise my right to vote to do so. You don't have to, but I will. It's awesome. Every time when they voted for Trump, it was amazing. The feeling I get when I get to go in there and cast my ballot for Trump. I recommend everybody go out there and go vote. Sign people up to go vote. Will it change anything? We hope so. But I'm not going to sit back and just be like, oh, it's all fixed, it's all rigged. Even though I dare to say, and I'll leave it at that. But the point is, that's the least I can do, right? People went and died for this, right for us to do so. This country was built upon, the sacrifice of many men. And I'm going to go ahead and go vote when I get the chance and take my family, especially my kids and my wife, So we'll continue. So the next topic, this is pretty good, y'all. Eddie Griffin. This dude right here is something else. We're going to play this clip, y'all, and get to it. Check it out.
Productive rights are on the line. Our Supreme Court is on the line. Our basic freedoms are being tested, Madam BP. I know you've been traveling across the country. What are you hearing?
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets. And let me...
You lying, bitch. You out in these streets. Oh, so all of a sudden you black again. Because it's elections. They need a nigga. So, I'm out in these streets. What streets are you in? Huh? What streets? You out in the streets with your white husband, huh? Them streets. Yeah, because you harder than still getting harder. Madam VP, you understand me? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm out in these streets. You know what I mean? I'm a hustler, supreme. I'm in the streets, goddammit. I'm hitting the pavement, agitating the gravel. You know what I'm saying? I'm kicking rocks like a motherfucker.
Streets. And let me tell you, you're right, Taraji. There is so much at stake in this moment. The majority of us believe in freedom and equality. But these extremists, as they say, they not like us.
No, they not.
Yeah, look at this bitch. They not like us. Kendrick, kick her in the head. Kick her in the head for even using your goddamn legs. They not like, you ain't like us either, bitch. Well, how about that? Hold on. They will take anything and use it as a slogan to try to get them votes, boy. Then they trotted this black bitch out and turn her into a nigga once again. That's how he won the last time, got the black vote, because they got the black woman. But this bitch, she ain't black at all. I don't know what she is, but she ain't no nigga. I know that much. Yeah, she got a white husband. Because, she's so black. She's so down with us that she married a white boy. Like a majority of these mayors and female senators that are black. All of them got white husbands. And the plot thickens. Them Democrats, well, they know how to work niggas. Every election cycle, the BET Awards is right around, right before the election. And they trot somebody out there to slang, vote for the Democrats, vote for the Democrats. What if we don't want them old motherfuckers no more, huh? Yeah, huh? How about that? And BET ain't even black owned, so stop calling it black entertainment television, like all we can do is fucking entertain, huh? How about Black Intellect Network? Where's that at? Ben, huh? Ben. Yeah, you ain't thought of that one yet, huh? Because all niggas do is entertain. Basketball, football, motherfucking dancing, motherfucking shaking that ass. Yeah, you not like us. You at home sucking on a raw chicken wing, catching salmonella. Yeah, you definitely ain't like us.
Damn. And there's Eddie Griffin, y'all, just flaming Kamala, whatever his name is. I don't even know how to say this woman's name. He's saying the quiet part out loud, y'all. It's pretty wild, to say the least. I saw it on Twitter, and I had to react to it, y'all. Eddie Griffin, I gained some major respect for this dude for, to be honest, speak his mind, right? He said what he wanted to say. Of course, hey, I'm biased. I'm a Trumper all day, baby. NinoAmerica.com. Get your Ultra MAGA shirts there, high quality. But the point is, he calls it for what it is. He calls it how he sees it. And he's telling the truth, y'all. These Democrats, I like how you said that's what I call them too. This is their plan of action. This is what they do all the time, y'all. They want to pull this BET, Meg the Stallion bull crap card every chance they get. And you could say, to be honest, to play devil's advocate, you could say that Trump does the same thing too. But I think it's a little bit different, y'all. I think with Trump, it's actually more genuine. And we can actually relate to the guy, as crazy as it sounds. And we see him for who he is. And I see Trump speaking, and I kid you not, I got a bullshit meter, right? I could tell when someone's sitting there lying, and like Kamala and Biden, all them fools do is lie. But to me, Trump, when he speaks, I think he's being pretty genuine. I don't think he's trying to sit there and just get one over on everybody, right? And that's why I really like Trump, because I don't think he's a regular, everyday politician. So that's why I like the guy, because I think, if anything, I think there's a clip here where he talks about he'd rather vote for Trump, even if Trump's a liar, because at least Trump could speak better and formulate a lie or an opinion or a thought better than Joe Biden, which I agree with that too. But when I hear Trump speak, I feel like he's being genuine. And yes, he might be more political at this point, but that's my guy. And I think the Democrat Party, they're just wicked. They stand for everything I don't stand for. Simple as that. And I'm voting for Trump. And salute Eddie Griffin for saying what he said. And this guy has a wild channel. I saw it on Twitter. This dude is pretty buck wild, y'all. If you get a chance, check out his YouTube channel. 40, 50,000 views a video. He's up there, y'all. But there's Eddie Griffin just giving the business to Kamala Harris. Oh, yeah. HCB says, yeah, right, Kim? I like him even more. Exactly. He's pretty cool. HCB says, Nino, stop the cap. Trump isn't relatable to us. I think he's relatable to me. I think Trump is more relatable to me than any other politician, to be honest. I've actually dealt with older white men, entrepreneur, businessmen, and man, I kid you not, you might not think so, but my wife can attest to it. We know somebody in the family. I'm not going to keep saying who it is, just to keep the privacy, there. But there's a man that's in my wife's family that's like looks like and reminds us of Rush Limbaugh, and that guy, he loves me and respects me. And same back here, and my wife even trying to tripped out, said, man, I could never think that you would get along with this gentleman so good like you do. When y'all see each other, you do business together, you speak highly of each other. And there's a rich millionaire smoking a stogie, looking like Rush Limbaugh. I think whenever you're an average, everyday American, hardworking patriot, busting your rear end, you don't take no shortcuts, you ain't out there screwing nobody over, other men can relate to that. So when I see Trump out there speaking, I can relate to a fellow, I don't even want to say alpha, but I can relate to a fellow man that's taking care of business. That's how I feel like I relate to the guy. As crazy as it sounds, he's a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, but I feel like Trump is like an average everyday American. I mean, he's just a regular New Yorker, to be honest. Yeah, he got money and fame. How come HCB and all the naysayers, how come y'all can never let that get through your head? That a lot of us just like Trump because of who he is. He seems like a down-to-earth dude. You seen the clip I played of him and Adin Ross in the Tesla Cybertruck. You can't even tell the dude's a millionaire the way he acts and speaks with common folk. Real ones realize that kind of stuff. Real men see that and recognize it and acknowledge it. I'm not playing these games with these politicians, y'all. I'm from Southside Midland, Texas. I got 50 Trump hats and they never took one. And I'll be damned if they ever do. All right, y'all. Next clip I have lined up for us tonight. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm going a little bit longer than I should. I need to go eat dinner. What do I have left here? I'll knock it out with this last clip, y'all. This is a very crazy clip, and we're going to watch it. It's on Vice, and I'm going to try to not speak that much, but this is pretty crazy. Let's check it out. Oh, wrong clip. Wrong button. Let me fix that real quick, y'all. My bad. I had it lined up right here. Where is it at? My bad, y'all. Let me fix this real quick and we'll finish the show with this clip. Thanks everybody watching now and on the repeat, y'all. Damn, wrong button here. Do this on the quick. This is going to be about Kamala Harris jailing an innocent man. And it's on Vice, y'all, 4 years ago. This is pretty crazy. So, boom. Kamala Harris jails innocent man. 4-year-old video from Vice, of all places. Let's check it out.
Never in a million years I would have thought that they were going to charge me for Sales murder. I never talked to no detective, no police officer, no DA, nobody.
Just arrested and then charged.
Arrested and charged, that's it.
Was the first time you saw Kamala Harris in person the day that the verdict was issued?
She showed up at the two most pivotal times in this first trial, and me being convicted and me being sentenced. She wanted to be present for a celebration of a conviction.
That's what it felt like, celebration?
A celebration, that's what it felt like. The reactions I get when I tell people my story is, they say it's the worst nightmare. You know, it's the closest thing to dying.
Jamal, I'm going to read you a quote real quick. The job of a progressive prosecutor is to look out for those overlooked, to speak up for those whose voices aren't being heard, to see and address the causes of crime, not just their consequences, and to shine a light on the inequality and unfairness that lead to injustice. It is to recognize that not everyone needs punishment, that what many need, quite obviously, is help. Kamala Harris wrote that in her book, The Truths We Hold.
I don't think this dude's voted for Kamala.
Consistent with the kind of with the brand of justice that you saw administered by offices that she was running?
It definitely sounds like Kamala Harris right now as a senator, but at the time of her being the head district attorney of San Francisco, that is almost polar opposite of what I felt and what our community felt in San Francisco.
So Jamal, where are we?
Right now we are in Sunnydale Projects, where I was born and raised at. This isn't a place that you'll want to bring outsiders into, and a place that they don't want to go. This ain't a place that feels comfortable. It feels like you might get robbed, you might get shot.
The police were keeping files on you.
I'm not gonna lie, I got a bunch of haters in Cali. Shout out to patrons in Cali. I got much love for shout out Kim, and she's in a certain part of Cali, liberal as heck, but shout out patrons in Cali that are behind enemy lines. But most people in Cali that don't like me will tell me, come down to my hood, bro. Come say that in my barrio. I'm like, hell no, what the hell I want to go? What the hell I want to go to some projects like this in California? I mean, we got the projects in Odessa and even some parts of Midland. I ain't trying to go nowhere like that. No, thank you, Pedro, Jose, Smokey, Sleepy, Shorty, and Snoozy. I'll stay where I'm at, and I'm real comfortable in West Texas, y'all. I ain't trying to go to California for nothing. It's had to be on Chicano Tube. Let's go.
Your brothers and other people who were living in Sunnydale from a very young age.
They already had me labeled, because I'm in this community, as a potential gang member, potential killer, potential drug dealer. You gotta wake up to the fact that, things are set up against us.
There is a conspiracy.
Yes.
It happened to you.
Exactly. There is
proven in court.
Absolutely. Places like this have been developed for predominantly African-American people to not be able to succeed beyond it.
Yeah. What did you know about Kamala Harris? What did you know
Victim mindset. I'm not with none of that stuff. I have a criminal record. My parents didn't raise me. Raised by my grandparents, Southside Midland, knucklehead, hardhead. I started accepting my decisions as an adult. The mistakes I made, I didn't blame no one else. I didn't blame Trump. I didn't blame nobody. I didn't blame no politician. I blame myself. I looked in the mirror and I made a way out, and I got it from the mud. That's the right attitude to have, instead of blaming others and saying there's a conspiracy going. I don't agree with that guy on this part, but hey, he's trashing Kamala, so I'm down with it.
Out San Francisco having a black DA.
Nobody in the hood ever worried or focused on the DA position in general, but people did focus on it just a tad bit, that it was black, and feeling like, okay, this black lady in office, Kamala Harris, she's gonna understand where we come from, and have more of a sympathetic way of prosecuting people that come from our communities who have been plagued with no opportunities. This is Hunter's Point, where these different projects and communities used to really war with each other.
Jamal, in July 2007, what's going on in your life at that point?
I had recently just came off of I Love New York, and also that's when my friend Sel Kuka got killed.
More than a year goes by and no one's been arrested in the case. You hadn't even been questioned.
Haven't even been questioned, no. The police was still, trying to get a conviction by all means necessary. When I was arrested for it, the community knew I didn't do it. And it was here we go again. See, this is why we don't trust, law enforcement, because it gets to a point where somebody who didn't do something goes to jail for it. I don't have no history of crime. What's up, boy? I have a history of being around in the community, but that doesn't mean that I'm a suspect. I'm like, oh man, I'll be out within 72 hours. They're gonna figure this out. They're gonna clear this up.
And then when you found out what the evidence was that they supposedly had you on, there wasn't much there. Can you describe what it was?
They had a woman saying that she seen me kill Sel. The second witness that they had really wasn't a witness at all. She said anything that the police officers wanted her to say, and they said that her recollection of the events was extremely credible. So that's what ultimately got the arrest warrant.
The District Attorney of San Francisco, Kamala Harris, appeared in the courtroom during your trial twice.
Yeah, the two times that Kamala Harris showed up to my trial was when I got convicted, and also when they laid down the sentencing.
When you saw her on the day that the verdict was handed down, did you take that as a bad sign?
It felt to me that she was well aware about my case.
They not like us, right?
She was there to set her presence, almost take pride in getting a conviction. When I put in my appeal, the people that's fighting against my appeal to keep the conviction is the Attorney General office. I learned it reading, their reply to my appeal, and you see Kamala Harris' name at the bottom. And now it's starting to feel a little personal.
When you win the $13.1 million, it's a massive settlement. Did you feel like that was enough?
There's not an amount that could get back those 7 years. That 6.5 years that I spent in prison. But instead of me coming home feeling like I was a victim, I wanted to prove that I'm a survivor, and I will not let my story go unheard. I'm not necessarily saying I'm looking for an apology, but some acknowledgement from her that she could have messed up would be, of course, that'd be huge. You could have made some mistakes. You could have missed some things. For me, it was a big miss. I had life in prison. I've met people in prison that was wrongfully convicted. I want my story to be out to provoke reform ultimately. Beyond that, I want to be able to be who I want to be. I'm an actor, I'm a musician, I'm a father. I'm more than this person that was framed. I'm more than this person that was wrongfully convicted.
So, there it is, y'all. Kamala had her part to play in this guy's wrongful conviction. She cost the city, I would think, right, millions of dollars, because he basically won his appeal and he was let out of prison. So what did you do, Kamala? You went to harass this dude, this innocent man. You went to his court proceedings. Your office charged him, put him in prison for 7 years, and then he gets out on appeal, wins, and then you pay him. Kamala Harris, y'all, can't even do her freaking job as a DA, let alone Vice President of the United States of America. What a shame. And that's it, y'all. Nino Radio. We're down to a winder here. Shout out everybody that stayed on here this long, y'all. It's all good. We trying over here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we are live. We are on all platforms. Check us out when you get a chance. We thank y'all for all the support, everybody watching us. Let me shout out Kim, says we live in America. You control your own destiny. If you own nothing or control nothing, that's on you. I agree. We all have the same 24 hours to work with. Step up your work ethic. Kim, I couldn't agree more. And I know HCB said that, you know, we have nothing or whatever, but you know what? Let's be completely honest. When we go, we're not gonna have nothing. I was talking to my buddy outside. I can't wait to get him on the show. My tire guy, very smart, intellectual, you know, ex-street dude, prison, came out, changed his life. He said the same thing that I said. You know, when we're gone, all we can hope is our kids continue on some sort of a legacy, and they take care of what we leave them. And that's all there is to it, y'all. When we go, we're not taking nothing with us, you know? And I'm not saying that, you know, to be lazy. I'm just saying that we work so hard to make a living, you know, to barely get by, accumulate some kind of assets and wealth, and maybe even something to leave our kids, right? And then one day we're gone. And that's just how it goes. So with that, let's keep our focus on what matters. Our family and friends, if you have any. I have no friends, really. But I just had to say this. Take care of your loved ones. I've had plenty of money, y'all. And when I found out, and I've said it before, when I found out that I couldn't buy my daughter's love, my kids' love, you know, I can spoil them all I want. That don't buy someone's love that really loves you. And that's when I really realized, y'all, that money is nice to have, but it ain't everything in life, right? What a gut punch. I cannot buy my daughter's love as much as I've tried before, right? But anyways, with that, y'all, hey, Kim, God bless you, sis. Thanks for standing with me here. All my people that watch the whole live, man, God bless you. I'm not going to lie, y'all. It's getting kind of tough on YouTube. I don't know what it is. My numbers ain't really hitting like they do on everything else. I'll get millions of views on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. But YouTube, I don't know if it's just crowded right now or I don't know what's going on with the YouTube, y'all. The YouTube numbers are not what I think they should be. But I'm not going to sit and complain. I think those that do watch my stuff, and we'll continue marching on because, you know, we blow up on every other platform. It's just taking more time, I guess, with YouTube, y'all. It's crazy. Instagram got videos with millions, 16 million views. I think one of the reels I have on there. But that's just how it is. You know, it's a grind on YouTube, but we're going to continue on. And, you know, I like to do this. You know, I'm going to grab all these clips later, post them. If you get a chance, check them out. And follow me on all social media platforms. I'm popping right now on Twitter. I got a new account over there. I got blue checked on Twitter. And we're gonna keep on keeping on. And with that, we thank y'all. And exactly, Kim, thank you. Instill your morals into your children. They are the future. That's right. Oh yeah. HCB says it's like white people losing control of Europe and being colonized. It's all their fault for having nothing. I don't know about that. Europe is a whole nother beast. It's crazy what's happening in Europe, y'all. If you get a chance, check it out on Twitter. I talked about it earlier. Twitter is wild. No borders, no laws, and look what's happening to Europe, y'all. It's a sad situation in Europe. God bless all the fallen in Europe, y'all. And with that, y'all, I'm out of here. God bless. Christ is Lord. Later.